Hello children, in today's class we are going to discuss about data capturing, storage and retrieval. So related to this concept, I'll give you a simple example so that you can understand very easily. So what is meant by data capturing? For example, if I'm going to store all the student details in Excel file, that is class 11 student name list, I'm going to prepare in an Excel sheet. What will I do? I will enter all the student details according to the alphabetical order, which class and section they belong to. All these things I will enter in the Excel file. So the data which I have entered in the Excel is nothing but data capturing or inputting the data. Got it? So after entering all the data, so what will I do? I will store the file in a particular location, that is in a folder. So this Excel file, what will I do? I will store it in a folder. For example, 2020 folder you can take. So that folder you will save it in a particular drive, either C drive or D drive or E drive, anything, whatever drive you wish to store, you can store it in that. So that represents storage. And if you wanted to retrieve the file which you have stored, what will you do? You will go to the particular drive, you will open the folder 2020 folder, and then I will retrieve the Excel file where I have stored the student name list, right? So this is the simple example you can consider for data capturing, storage and retrieval. So based on that, we are going to see many different examples about what is data capturing, storage and retrieval. So the very first thing, data capturing, if you see, it involves the processing of gathering data, which I have said already. So it can be, which is in the digital form. So it can be a text or it can be an image. So data capturing is not only captured in the process of Excel files or Word document and all. Even if you go to shops for purchasing something, the barcode readers which they use in the shopping outlets, using the barcode readers, they capture the product details, right? And the remote sensors on Earth orbiting satellites, they capture images of the Earth and it's sending to the sending here, right? So all these are nothing but data capturing. Even the comments which you post in social media, those are also considered as data captured or data capturing, because the data which the comment which you are posting is getting saved on the social website, social networking website, right? So it is nothing but data capturing. And data storage. So storage, which is the process of storing the captured data, like how we store in a folder. So for processing it later, we will store it. If you're not going to store, you will not be able to access the data in future. And nowadays, the data which we store is produced at a very high rate. If you consider the social networking websites, many people were posting more number of videos and more number of photos. They are uploading more data on the social networking sites, right? So the data storage has become a very challenging task nowadays. So even you can consider one more example related to Gmail. So if you consider Gmail, almost 15 GB of space they will provide for each and every user who's creating Gmail. So more than 15 GB if you're going to use, if you have exceeded the 15 GB, you will not be able to store enough data in Gmail. So either you have to delete or you have to purchase the extra space by spending some amount. So that is how the data storage will take place. If you look at the large organizations like IT companies or banking sectors, what they will do is they will maintain a server room. Have you heard about it? So in that server room, they will so because of the data server room, they were able to store the vast amount of data. So that dedicated computers help in processing the data efficiently. And now let us see about data retrieval. So data retrieval, which is nothing but fetching the data from the storage devices. So storage devices we have already discussed in the last class. It can be a secondary storage device or it can be the hard disk in your computer. So anything it can be. So how you fetch the data from the storage devices for processing in the future, that represents the data retrieval. And the data accessing time, if it is going to be minimized, you can process the data very faster. So like that we have to maintain the data retrieval. And then concept of OS. So operating system, regarding operating system we have discussed a lot. So operating system, I have told you that it acts as an interface between the user and the computer hardware. So Interface means the communication. So the operating system is the one which communicates, which helps to communicate between the user and the computer hardware. And after the BIOS gets started, after the BIOS starts running in your computer, the operating system is the first program to be executed on a computer. I have told you regarding this BIOS. So when you switch on a computer, BIOS is the first program that runs on your computer, and after that your OS will start to run on your computer. And if you look at the picture of this OS, see here, so in operating system you have two components as well, hardware and software. So without a hardware or without a software you cannot work in the computer, so both the things you need. And if you look at the hardware, you have CPU, RAM and input and output devices. All these things comes under hardware. And if you look at the software, you have two categories. One is system software and the other one is application software. So what is meant by a system software and what is meant by an application software? All these things we will discuss now. So operating system. So with the help of the operating system, we were able to work on the overall operations of a computer. So we were able to manage the overall operations of a computer were managed with the help of the operating system only. And if you look at the hardware, this hardware is operated by a set of instructions. These set of instructions are nothing but the software. So hardware is operated only with the set of instructions called software, which means without a software you cannot work with the hardware, and without a hardware you cannot work with the software. And if you look at some examples of software, you can consider the operating systems like Ubuntu or Windows 7 and 10, then word processing tools like LibreOffice Writer or Microsoft Word, even the Windows Media Player or VLC Media Player that you use, everything can be considered as the software. Then I have explained you about the hard copy and soft copy. So whether it is a document or an image, the things which you store inside a hard disk, and whether the contents that you were able to see on the computer is nothing but a soft copy. Got it? And once you print all the documents or images on a paper using a printer, that document or image is called a hard copy. So this is the difference between hard copy and soft copy. Now, what is the need of software? So in software we have two categories. I told, like system software and application software. So what is the purpose of a software? To make the computer hardware to work and function properly. So that is the need of a software. So the software will make the different hardware components of a computer to work and communicate with each other. So without a software, a hardware cannot work. Got it? So the first thing, system software. A system software is nothing but a set of programs. So these programs will make the computer hardware to work. That is why we make use of a system software. Clear? So system software is nothing but a set of programs that will control and manage the operations of a computer hardware. And the examples of system software you can consider are operating systems like Windows or Linux and Unix you can consider. So all these things are system software. And system utilities and the device drivers which you use, like in which the C drive or D drive, wherever you are storing all the files. So all these things you can consider as a system software. Then application software. So application software means it is used by the user to perform a specific task. For example, Excel, Word document, and then PowerPoint presentation. All these things are nothing but application software. Even the games which you play, everything is considered as the application software, because you're performing a specific task with that, right? So it is allowing the user to perform a task. That's why it is called as an application software. And the next thing, in application software you have two categories again. One is the general purpose application software, and the other one is the customized application software. So if you look at the general purpose application software, like that I have told you, like LibreOffice Calc or else the Excel, Word document, all these are nothing but the general purpose application software. So general purpose means which is already available in your system, where you using that you will perform a specific task which are predefined. So using a Word document you can what will you do? You will prepare some documents, right? You will type some text or you will insert some images in it. So all these things you will do, but using an Excel you can perform some calculations, or you can prepare a tabular data. All these things you can do. So using a browser you will search for information, so everything is predefined. So you can perform a specific task based on the general purpose software, but customized software is completely different, which is the user defined software. User defined means there is a meaning for user defined. User is we people, defining what we people are requesting, or what we people are going to define the computer to perform a task. So if you take user defined, you can consider as a simple example. For example, you're going to promote the product which you are going to advertise. So if you're going to start a new company, what will you do? First, you will advertise about your company and the products which you're going to sell, right? How will you advertise? You through the websites or through the social networking sites, you will advertise. So in case if you're going to advertise through the website, what will you do? You will create the website, or you will approach a programmer to create a website for your company, and you will you are going to define all the advertisement things. That is how for example, how I'm going to attract all my customers with the help of the advertisement. So only when the customers gets attracted with your advertisement, they will approach your store to buy all the products, right? So you are defining all the customization. You are defining how your website you want to be. So what are you doing here? You are specifying all your requirements. Got it? So based on your requirements, the software can be customized. So that is nothing but a customized software. According to your needs, how you develop a software is nothing but a customized software. Some examples of these software you can consider are the billing software. You can consider when you're purchasing a product, the consumer, what he will do, he will provide a bill for you, right? And the bill is being provided with the help of the billing software, and even the school management software or accounting software, the websites which you use. So everything which you consider is nothing but a customized software. This is much similar to buying a piece of cloth with a specific color, and you're stitching it with the help of the tailor as how you wish to stitch. So that is meant by customizing. Okay, then data deletion and recovery. So data deletion we know very well. So the deleting the data from your system or from your mobile phone is just nothing but deleting the data. So deleting digitally, what it will do, the data whichever you have stored gets deleted at the bit level. So that is very time consuming, but all the data will not be very simply deleted. It will just show you that the address entry is marked as free, right? But the actual data will not be deleted, because even the deleted data can also be recovered with the help of certain softwares. And recovery of the data, so by mistake, in case if you have deleted any data, you can recover it by using certain softwares. So all these things comes under data deletion and recovery. And then proprietary or free and open source software. So what is meant by proprietary? Which is the ownership. Yes, if I'm going to sell a product, I'm the owner of that particular product. I have certain rights. I can fix the rate I can fix the price for the product, and if I wish, I can fix the discount for the product. So that defines the ownership. Got it? So proprietary means the ownership, and or free and open source software. So let us discuss about these concepts now. First, let us discuss about FOSS, that is free and open source software. If you try to if you try to download any softwares in the internet, you will be able to download it for free, and even the codings also will be available for free. Have you ever noticed? So for example, if you see the Python software, you will be able to download it for free. It is an open source software. So even the codings are available for free. The software is available for free. So the reason the developers who allow the public to freely use their software along with the source code is called the free and open source software. So clear? So some other examples are like LibreOffice, OpenOffice, and then Mozilla Firefox. All these are examples of FOSS. Then freeware. Let us discuss about freeware. Sometimes the software are freely available, but the source code will not be available. That represents a freeware. Clear? And the examples of freeware softwares are Skype you can consider, and then Adobe Reader. All these are freeware softwares where it is available for free but you cannot access the source code. Then proprietary software. So you can consider the antivirus softwares as an example. So if you wanted to install an antivirus, what will you do? The free antivirus is also available, but it will not be much safer to work on the computer with internet connection. So to purchase a proper antivirus software, you have to pay something. So only when you pay something, you will be able to download the original antivirus software and you can work on it. So it will come up with some 1 year subscription or 2 year subscription like that. So it will come up only for 1 year, and after 1 year again you have to renew it, or you have to pay and purchase new antivirus software. Yes, so that represents a proprietary software, because the software which you wanted to use has to be purchased from the particular vendor who is having the copyright of that particular software. You cannot download it for free. Only when you pay, you will be able to download. That is called as proprietary software. So examples of proprietary software include Microsoft Windows, then Tally, then Quick Heal Antivirus. All these things you can consider. So we have come to the end of the lesson. I hope you have understood all the concepts I have explained in this first lesson. Thank you, children.